wore the same outfit at Slim's interview.
Nobody didn't notice, man.
Shit.
I think you did the same day.
I know, that's what she said. But it's just going to be so funny to know I didn't.
Yeah, Session just said it on camera, too. So
Nah, it's all gravy. This might be the last one y'all see physically, so.
Hey, who knows, man. Mic check, man. Morning Masters Podcast was made, of course. Got a special guest across from me, man. Got my guy Truez in the building. What's going on?
Truez, what's up, bro?
What's going on with the hat, man? Let's address the elephant in the room, man. Let's stop playing games. What's going on with the hat, man?
I'm a warrior and a producer, so it's like it fit both.
Okay,
so that's what I be out here.
I'm thinking Mortal Kombat right now. That's what it's giving me.
Yeah, that's what B Cook said. B Cook's FaceTime. I was over there messing with Slim, and he was like, "You like the black? What was the dude? What's Raiden?" He was like,
"Yeah, I don't know the name."
Raiden.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
How you been though?
I've been great, bro.
So
Life's been treating me well.
Typically, you probably know already. I kind of shied away years ago from like doing artists heavy.
I remember.
I would do them, but it kind of got to make sense more than anything, right? Mm-hmm. And the main reason being is it's a few reasons why. We'll get into that in a minute, though, right? But one of the main reasons being is you do an artist a lot of times, and the next week or when I put this one out, you have 6-7 artists hitting you up saying, "Hey, I want to come on," but no disrespect to nobody in the world, but they may not be doing what that artist is doing.
Yeah.
So where it might be a reason I had one artist on, the other 6 or 7 ain't got the same reason. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And or I'm not trying to duplicate the same one. And what happens is you'll find that you don't want to water your content down. You got your listeners, you got your eyes for a certain amount of time, right? And you know this. You're an artist.
Yeah.
So every time the eyes is on you, you gotta make sure you perform. You can't just spit a whack verse. You spit a whack verse one time, you could lose five listeners.
A lot. I could lose time and all of that for people to get it out their mind.
Because you don't know what that first one listen to. You don't know who listened to that one first. Like, you never know. So I can't just have 30 pods with rappers and it's like, let's say they don't pick the true one. Say they picked one that a rapper couldn't really talk, which most of them can't anyway. Most of them can't articulate themselves. So let me start this. Let me start it here, man. Well, so with you, right? One thing I always tell Slim is, speaker, like you're a great speaker for one. Conversationalist, you're a great and then also you don't come with the generic answers. You kind of give examples, like almost like how you rap. You talk as just like that. You're gonna give metaphors, similes, all that stuff, and it's gonna make sense. And you okay with having a back and forth conversation. You know what I'm saying? So that's one. Like some rappers I ask, where you from? And they just say Augusta, and that's it.
Augusta.
Yeah, and they leaning back, and I ain't with all that. Like that's
born and raised.
And I feel like I'm pulling. Now I'm doing more work, and you asked me to come on. Yeah. Like, why I gotta work? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, it's a different part of the dream. I feel like to get that down pat. Also, being well versed. You know what I mean? Like, I was born up north. I was born in Newark, New Jersey, and so I was raised down south. So I got kind of like this little, Southern hospitality / ruggedness or whatever, however you want to describe it. So it's like I just been mixing, mingling with different people, you know what I mean, my whole life. Like you got, I went to Josie High School, then you got West Side, you know what I mean, Murphy, Josie, West Side. And then you get a chance to
definitely
talk to
two different
people.
spectrums.
Yeah, 2 different spectrums. And my mom made it to middle class before as a transcriber in the courtroom. So I got a chance to mix and mingle with different people then at an earlier stage in life.
So you've seen professionalism, you've seen, I hate to use the word ratchet, but you've seen urban, you've seen like the hood side. So you know how to mesh.
Even the spiritual side, like when you come down south, it's church. Church is very super heavy. So it's like, I remember being up north, not really even knowing what God or who God was. I wasn't like saying my prayers. I knew that now you lay me down to sleep joint, but it's like you don't have no concept. I never been to a church up there. So then when I come down south, it's church. And then that's when I got to know God in church, coming down here with my grandparents. You know what I mean? So
you went to West Side, right? Mm-hmm. Did you play JV here? Mm-hmm. Okay. I want to say I remember you. I want to say it's you. I'm just thinking about you, right? I want to say it's you. And it's not embarrassing, like what I'm trying to say, but it all go like full circle, right? So when I came down, I played JV. My first year when I came down, they asked me to play because I was playing basketball in the PE. So I came down and I played. We played Jaw at Butler, right?
Oh shit!
We played Jaw at Butler, and I don't know if you remember, there's a guy named Darius. He light-skinned kid. And he had a nice little crossover. Like he had this one crossover that can catch you. Yeah. He caught you with it. No big deal. Not a big deal. Right? You playing defense, so it's all good. But what I want to say was, I remember them before every game they would say a prayer, and all of them knew it. I ain't know it. I'm from New York, I'm from Brooklyn. I never.
Yeah.
I went to church, but I didn't memorize nothing.
Yeah.
And I still don't know it to this day, but I remember just mumbling stuff every night. I'd be like, "How much?" I don't know what's going
it's
on.
just like it's like a nursery rhyme.
I know
you know what I mean? You don't know what ashes to ashes. We all fall down.
I can tell you DMX prayer. Like I know those. You know what I'm saying? I like those a lot, but I can't tell you that one. So
that's like your neighbor saying prayers. DMX. You know what I mean?
Man. You know what I'm saying?
Connect to that. But hey, what year you graduated?
I graduated in 08.
Okay, I was 09.
So you was there.
So was it the game that I got my nose broken?
It could. I don't know. I don't know, bro.
So I was telling the story the other day. We was playing Butler, and I know it's Butler.
It was a Saturday.
Tall ass niggas. Yeah. And I did a pump fake. It was like the end of the half, so I was going for that last three. So I did the pump fake. And if I'm short now, then I was shorter.
Yeah, you were short,
even in high school. So I do the pump fake, and I'm about to go around. A dude stuck out his leg, and his knee like broke my joint. It was bleeding from the outside and on the inside. Blood all over the floor. I remember lying there for like a hot second. Went into the back, security guard broke my nose back in place, and I finished the game.
Y'all lost though.
Hey, we lost every game.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure you talking about game.
It was some spectacular stuff that happened, but it was like the Lakers right now. Like.
Yeah, it's all good, man. That's funny though. If that happened, I don't know, cause I was.
Yeah, it could have been another year. It could have been one of the other years though.
Now we had two tall. It probably was that year. No, we was very rugged at that time. So,
yeah.
But I want to start this off a little different, right? So, you had posted something the other day, and I want to kind of get into that. Now, it's not one of them posts. Not one of them. Okay. This is a real good. I got those too. Don't get me wrong. I'm in my bag today. But
you're the first person that ever called me out for my post, bro.
I try to. Now, I actually watch. I be watching. I might not say nothing, but I'm a full-fledged watcher.
That's real.
But it was something to the effect of you hadn't talked to your brother in 8 years.
Yeah.
And I know this is probably a weird question, but like, what would be why so long?
I think it's how you view time. Honestly, I was just telling somebody the other day, I forgot. But like, and I sometimes when I tell people things, I tell multiple people things is why I forget who I be telling things to. But if it's like a concept of mine, it's like, yo, lately time has been moving by so fast, but it really hasn't. So it's kind of like 8 years to me is like the first 4 is me like traveling and doing my thing and going to New York and all of that kind of stuff. And then when you think about that, damn, that went by fast. You know what I mean? So it's like 8 years can pile up on you when you men. You got age differences. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm younger than my brother. My brother's 12 years older than me. So like age difference, and you know what I mean? And healing, everybody got to heal. So we all like had to do our individual healing. I had to go through my little journey and, start my healing process, which started like 3.5 years ago, maybe. But yeah, like, I'm not even mad about the time. I'm just happy about right now. You know what I mean?
True.
Like, that joint feels tremendous. I feel lighter. That was the end of the post, too.
Yeah, you felt lighter, yeah.
It's like I feel super lighter, yo.
But why would you feeling heavy?
Because I haven't talked to, who I consider like my hero. Yeah. Like, when it comes to like rap, anything intellectual, physical specimen, discipline, consistency, a temper, protection, all of you can go down the line with all of that joint. That's my example. And it's like, and he did music. He had a documentary in Jersey and all of that stuff.
That's why I only asked that question because like my goal always is to get people to know the person. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm doing my interviews, whatever. So like I could interview and ask you a bunch of questions about your music, and you answered it perfectly, and somebody still won't go listen to it probably. Or they probably will. Yeah, but sometimes when they get to know the person, that intrigues them.
I'm a
on the
believer
music.
in that too. I always tell people, I always ask people like, "Have you seen this interview? Have you seen that?" Yo, I'll be watching John Lennon joints for about 6 hours, like just different things on John Lennon. But I want to see the swag. Like I want to see like what he mean. You know what I mean? What path was he walking to know? And then you go and listen to a couple of songs and then boom, you download it. Or, back in the day you burnt it and was like, yo, I messed with this dude. You always gonna like hold on to that. So it's like, yeah, I'm a firm believer in that too. You know what I mean? So, and I know everybody don't like everybody's music, so.
Yeah, and my main thing is like what I've seen, at least for me, I might watch a documentary or watch something where somebody did something like, nah, he made music. Let me check it out. Just because I like what they did. It had nothing to do with music, really, but me liking it, I wanted to test their music out at that point, you know. And I'll try to do the same thing to people because I can't never guarantee this is going to happen, but I can guarantee that if I can paint a picture of a person, that'll attract people to that person.
And I never, I'm going to be honest, I'm a walking definition of that because I never push my music onto people. I don't hop in and say, yo, you heard this yet? If I catch you out, you know what I mean, and you may be in the creative world more so, I'm going to be like, I'm going to check, you know what I mean? But not like, it ain't like everybody. It's just more like...
Select few.
Yeah, and more people who know me, some of them, you know, just say right out, be like, yo, I'm fucking with the new joint. Can we curse on here?
You can do it. You want to, yeah.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. You know, you went pop on me. Like, I was like, damn.
Oh, here we go.
I said, man, ain't gonna pop. I was like, man, we ain't gonna be able to curse. It's like, no.
Nah, but I never really cursed heavy, but I mean, I never told people not to curse.
But, you know, when we go into... you know, depths, you know.
Nah, definitely. And then, you know, money be put into these things too. So sometimes you can't,
Facts.
Definitely. You got money involved, then you don't want nobody, you know. Now, I would say the cursing don't bother me, but I always tell people, like, because I had some people on, right? I want people to respect the platform the way they respect any other platform. So my only rule is, like, if you wouldn't go on national TV or the news and curse on regular,
I might just do
then
that.
Don't curse here.
Like,
you know?
if you worked at the news station and your job was to ask me this question, and I messed around and looked at you, I might be like, this nigga know what I'm talking about. I'm like, damn, I forgot. Like, you work for the news. My bad. And then it might be like, oh, look.
Now, I've had guests that came on and cursed a lot, and then I watched some interviews they had, and they spoke very proper somewhere else. I'm like, well, why didn't they speak proper? On here, not saying it would matter though.
Well, cursing could be actually a nod to how well you do your job. True.
Because
if you're doing it very well and you provoke a curse word, then you're like, oh, I might have touched something. You know what I mean?
True enough.
So you know, if they flip flopping like that, like not like in a bad way, but if they do a nice one over here and they go crazy over here, it's kind of like, oh, I think it's you.
Yeah,
internal locus of control. You know.
Typically, as far as content wise, I typically try to get the best out of people, and I've normally done that.
I think you have.
So I'm always grateful for that, you know what I'm saying? But I also do it, my research is different and how I approach anything is different, you know what I'm saying? So speaking of the pop, you know what I'm saying? Slim texted me this morning, right? Slim texted me this morning, he sent me a screenshot, he said, it said Truez, it said, tell Bobby to interview me, he been ducking me for some reason. So that's why I wanted to start out with that. I was like, nah, it's never that I'm ducking, but
no.
I definitely be weary on artists I have on because you are a prominent artist in the city. You know what I'm saying? So me having you on, it's only gonna make people watch for one. People, whether they like you or dislike you, which is probably even on both, right? Yeah. But they like the music regardless, nonetheless. So
how about that? Like that's crazy, right?
It's crazy, but I feel like with men, and I'm gonna get to it later on, but men that I've talked to, a few definitely, that maybe don't necessarily like you. They always still say your music is good though, and as for men that have ego, I can respect that a lot because.
But you know, it's crazy. I bet you a lot of them never chilled or hung out with me.
Probably not, and it's probably more hearsay. You know how to go.
But that's what makes it great because when people meet me, you know what I mean. Then they understand. But you know, it was a long time I wasn't like I was in my cave and I was doing what I was doing. I was in the cave.
Define, you know what? Let's get into that. I'm gonna go off. Let's define cave for me. I'm thinking of something different. So define cave.
When the artists get in their bag, so to speak, everybody got they world that they start developing. I started developing my world at 13. If I'm developing my world at 13, everything is a part of the journey. So it's like, you know, I'm playing basketball, doing all of this stuff. I meet people there, but then I can't play my next year. So now it's all music, but I could not help but to rap about, you know, how I feel. You know what I mean? All of that kind of stuff. And then that transpires and keeps going and keeps going. Everything that happens, you might go through a bad breakup that end up in your music. And then you like me because this song, but you don't know what went on behind the song. So it's like my life becomes my music. So I always laugh when somebody say they don't like me. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, well, if they chill with me, you know what I mean? I understand, but I've been in so many different like spectrums when I could have been over here with people. And like I remember one time Culture Fest 3 or 2. I can't remember. But me and Mayo, Nicola Stevens was taking pictures of everybody or whatever outside Humanity Treehouse out back at night. And like we was all taking pictures and stuff. And then like I started joking around and then Mayo was like, oh, you funny too? And I was like, yeah, nigga. Like, and he was like, and then so the whole time, like he you know, he was just jiving and stuff like that. You know, I'm laughing, I'm saying my little, but it's like that was our first time kind of like really mingling, and it's like, you know, I'm a real individual. Like I don't gotta do what everybody else do to be a real individual. You know what I mean? But also like what people see is just. That's just what people see, you know what I mean?
When he said that, did you feel like that meant like he thought something different of you before that?
I not even. I think it's more like he didn't know what to think, or maybe he did think something. But because everything, like I had some Facebook drama back in like 2009, and like not the only year, but that's an old year, so it wasn't really crazy. But it was like between two girls I was talking to, and ever since then I shut down my whole social media, so everything that you see is anything that I want you to see creatively. So if you don't like me, it's based off of how I'm presenting my creativity, not because you met me and you just flat out do not like me.
Okay, so I can see that now. So maybe not the meeting part, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, say so. It's only a few people I've met that I've talked to that said this, right? Yeah. And I don't know if it's necessarily you particular, but maybe, and because of your status, you know, maybe it's how you come off sometimes.
Yeah,
it could be that, right? So,
but how do I come off?
I'm not a rapper, so you never came off that way to me. I've never asked you for a feature or advice on rap. No, I mean, but some rappers will. How you are, they are gonna do that.
Well, you know, I'm not. I just do want to say I'm not really in just the rapper lane.
Artist. I'm going to say artist.
But that's the problem too. I'm everywhere. You know what I mean? More people have an opinion about me than somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and they don't have to. You're right. They don't have to listen to the music. But I guess I've been a face so long that it's like the music is now strictly on the back end of some people. But then some new people that I might meet, the music's on the forefront. You know what I mean? Yeah, true. Because I'm in a new decade. Like it's 2023. Like a lot of the stuff that people that was like have a false opinion knew me very, very long, but not really in my real life.
So, all right, let me ask you a more straightforward question. You good at this? You're doing good. I'm
doing great.
Yeah, because you kind of trying to get me off my thing, but it's not gonna work. So, okay. So you never had it where artists ask you questions. Mm-hmm. You never felt like you came off as like, yo,
probably, but
get better then come talk to me.
I'm gonna say 100% yes, but what people don't know, and they gotta break the fourth wall and like look in the camera. What y'all don't know is that in that moment, in each moment, I am trying my hardest to think of the best way to say whatever I'm trying to say.
And that's what you come up with. Get better. Then talk to me.
No, I don't.
I'm not saying you said that verbatim. Yeah, but I mean, from the stories out here, you didn't say that, but you kind of said that.
No, but it would be like, who is he to tell me?
That's how they feel.
Yeah, but
they come into you because of how they look at you. And I don't know sometimes if you know how people look at you. Maybe now you do.
I don't think
This was years ago, but maybe now you do.
I don't think I've ever said that to anybody.
I'm just telling people tell me, man. That's all. But people start the music.
I got my boy Anonymous JD, right? He asked me for a feature doing his first joint.
This is what he do. He tell me a story to get me off my stuff.
No, I tell you a story as an example.
I know. I'm writing it down. The question's still gonna ask.
So listen. He asked me to be on this joint. I'm respectfully declining, not because I don't want to be on my boy's joint. I feel like he gotta do something. Like he gotta go hard. It's real early right now. It's early right now. Let's get into it because I feel about music differently than most people feel about music.
Okay,
that's a fact.
No,
you know what I mean? So it's like, well, that people don't understand that. People think that I'm like this.
But see how you just said it sounded way better than some of the things I hear. I guess
that's because nobody know me.
And you could be on go. It could be you just responding. You on
Slim
go.
No, like you know what I mean. Slim would tell you like Slim is sitting next to me.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna give you word of advice. Don't ever let Slim be a spokesperson. Okay.
I never. He might know, but spokesperson. But
no, you said Slim. No, he might say the wrong thing.
I'm just throwing some points right there.
Don't do that.
You know what I mean?
Slim don't need no points, man. Trust me.
I mean,
that's my guy though.
Look, it's all respect and love whenever we see each other. So that's how I gotta meet people where they are.
And like I said, I'm not an artist, so I can't say that wrong, right. But the people that I spoke to that said it, you know, it always just more so. It kind of it's like this, right? if you was a ball player, right? Say you play ball, whatever. Let's say you met Kobe as your favorite player, whatever. You talk to them, you know that you can get where he at because I got similarities, and you say something to him or you try to get some advice or whatever, reach out, and he just be like, you that's cold shoulder. You can be like, whoa, damn, like like what's, and that's the taste I see in some of them. Now, however, do it linger? No. But when I hear the story and I tell them like, well, I told the truth, he seemed pretty cool. Right. And then that's how it usually goes.
Right. So now on the back end, if you ever did, now this is not you personally, but just if you ever did investigative journalism, like ask the people I did work with and ask the people that are around me. You know what I mean? Like that, ask them that side, and then it's going to be completely night and day because they know how I feel. They know how, like, I live this shit. So it's like if I ever gave somebody a cold shoulder, you don't know what I'm doing in my life. I might not be recording at all. Like, I only hopped in the studio twice, and I was with Snoop and 706 Seth on some humble shit because he got the studio time. But I've been on the market and doing the book, like, the Dark Angel book, the Archangel Dark Mode book. So it's like, I'm doing all of that stuff. And it's like, if you approach me in that time period, I can't guarantee you that you're going to get like the greatest reception. Plus, I'm a Libra. I'm emotional about certain things. I could be going through a bad day and people want me to be like this. And it's like, it ain't always like that. Sometimes it's like, give me a second. And then sometimes it's like, yo, I got all of these ideas. And then sometimes it's like, everybody come over. And then sometimes it's like, nah, I'm chilling.
Yeah, you are a wild guy like that, but
that's just real emotions.
No, I like that, and like I said, you're saying is wrong. Everything you're saying is right. I just wanted to bring that to you because I watched interviews. I never seen anybody tell you that or ask you that, and since I know, true. I want to make sure you know that. Yeah. Well, there are people that look up to you.
I know that I'm like the most hated and the most loved, but I already understand like why. Okay. You know what I mean? Like I'm not a delusional person when it comes to why I think people, wouldn't like me. But you just gotta ask people who have saw me in action, not just action on a stage, not just action in the booth, just action as a person.
What would be more true? Like what would be more true? Somebody who saw you in action or what I just spoke about? Because tell me how you are. What I just spoke about seemed more true because you got different motion, different aspects of you. So like somebody that see you in action going, yeah, because you're gonna go hard. You don't play about the performing and rapping. Yeah. I know they're gonna say the same thing. Yeah.
Look, I put it this way. Legends Ball. Yo, Tay, Dre.
See what he doing?
No, man. Every time. Because
I like you though.
Because
like
these are my vouchers. These are the niggas that didn't know me from.
I'm
gonna
keep it a buck with you though. You don't need a voucher. I'm gonna tell you, you are talented. You can rap.
I don't need a voucher. No,
all I'm saying.
I ain't gonna sit up here and say they don't know me.
But
I ain't gonna sit up there and say that.
I'm just all I'm saying is like you might have told more people yes and gave great information, but you might have had some misses where you probably could have explained something a different way or said something
that's
different
facts.
way.
But if
you're human,
hold on. Here's a full disclaimer: if you're talking to me over social media, you do not get this person. I am not attached like that. That gotta go to everybody. Like even like how I text Slim, I purposely text like that. But I can't be in my phone like that. You know what I mean? That's just straight up. But if you ever talk to me in person, everybody that knows, whoever talked to me in person and came up, like Damo just pulled me from chatting outside of Fishing Out. We all chilling out there drinking beers. He pulled me up to his apartment because he wanted to play me some his new EP coming out. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like I'm gonna sit up there and I'm gonna listen for about 20, 30 minutes. That's me. Now that's me.
See, that's dope. And that's probably what them people wanted.
But look, I'm calling Tay-Pac. This for everybody. No, you got.
Shout out to Damo though. I mean, I'm glad he know you because he get the dope.
No, that's just recent behavior. Like,
but that's you now because this I'm talking about years ago. So you've grown since then. So it's not I'm not saying like you did it yesterday and you were an asshole. But what I'm saying is in the past you've done that.
This is also for you to, if you hear that, this is what you say. Like it's like like. Clearly, he's like just a different type of dude. Like I said, calling Tay-Pac, Draco, you know what I mean? Sean Hemp, Quad over to Humanity, pop open the doors so we can practice for the Legends Ball. Because I feel like everybody like got to get some practice in. Everybody got different lives. People got kids. You know what I mean? I don't know, so it's like, yo, I do that and we can kick it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then when y'all leave, I'm going to stay a little longer. You know what I mean? And work on my shit. That's me. You know what I mean? And they seen that and they know that, But it's like the other people just think that, I guess I'm just an asshole. You know what I mean?
Hey, so. I mean, you could be sometimes. Who knows? Like, it's not saying it's not true. Like, you could. It's not truth. You know what I'm saying? You could be an asshole sometimes.
No, it's cool.
You could also not be an asshole sometimes. Like, you know,
it's cool. Regardless.
It's 7 days of the week, bro. You know,
it's cool. Yeah, it's cool regardless because I mean, my world is turned totally different than just music and people who know me from music.
Exactly. So one of the things I want to touch on was perceptions of you. So like,
yeah,
what are in your opinion some perceptions of you? I wrote things down, but I don't know if those are actual. Okay, I ain't write asshole down though. I'm beyond. I didn't write that one down.
What you wrote down there?
I could tell you. All right, I wrote.
You got me interviewing me. Are you an asshole?
So I wrote. This is not what I think of you. I'm just
no, okay. So I'm just now you just writing stuff.
No, I'm dead ass. So I wrote lame/weird.
Okay.
I don't know which one they put in the same category. Conceited. I don't know if that's something. I'm just writing stuff down. Hard-headed. Don't know if you listen. I don't know. I'm just writing. I'm writing stuff down to see if you. I put perception versus reality. So I want you to tell me which. Complain. And my thing with that was, so you know, social media, you do complain sometimes, and throw temper tantrums.
Oh my goodness!
I don't know. I'm just asking all these perceptions versus reality. That's all I want to know.
I mean, if now when you ask a question like that, you gotta make sure you have your bullet points and then have like such. Because I don't think
throwing online, complain about something. Let's just go from there.
No,
you never complained online. Because I clearly remember a couple years ago.
That's what I want.
Oh, okay,
now, this is
remember that, right?
No, I just want what you're about to say.
Okay, so remember the first time? Imagine we haven't done podcasting together like
4
since
years.
Yeah, like 2018.
Yep.
Remember how that happened? You had went online. You posted like 10 statuses, maybe 15 statuses.
Oh yeah.
About how media wasn't. Doing what it's supposed to be doing.
It wasn't 15 statuses.
Maybe like 7.
No, it wasn't 15 statuses on media. It was 15 statuses, and media was 2 of them. It was just a good status.
Yo, this is a funny guy right here.
No,
man.
I'm just saying, like, look, if anybody's around me at these moments,
you in dark mode right now?
Nah, I'm in all mode.
Oh, but can you turn light up real quick?
Look how peaceful I am.
If you don't mind. All right, here we go. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, you beautiful.
Nah,
beautiful guy, man.
All right, so look, if I'm making 15 statuses, I'm shouting people out. I'm doing all of this stuff. You remember all of that stuff?
You just did it a couple seconds ago. Yeah, I know the rundown.
But I went on rants about everybody.
Rants, that's what it's called.
I would rather call it a rant, like, because I'm consciously knowing what I'm about to do, but I really feel like this.
So can we call it strategic complaining? I mean, ranting, I guess.
No, I find it focused. Like, it's not strategic because I don't have an evil plan, but best believe I know some good, if not all good, is going to come out of a situation. You know what I mean? If I be like, you know, whatever. I give ideas behind the scenes all the time. You know what I mean? So it's like, but it's more like what other rappers and artists and people are going to do with that. If I do something innovative, what are they going to do with that? You know what I mean? So I'm not going to complain about not having any money. If I don't got it, I just don't got it, and I just got to get it. Okay? I'm going to complain about something that I've been doing since I was what? How old? 13. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? So it's like, no, I feel like this about music. No, I feel like this. I feel like you can't call yourself the best if you got writers. Like, I feel like all of this kind of different type of vibes. And if I go on like a 10-page joint, if I was talking to you in a conversation, you wouldn't be like, oh man, slow down. We be talking together about this shit. Like, what do you think? What do you think? Like, yeah. But you know, people look at it differently because Augusta been in the metaverse. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's a good M word, but also, what happened was my introduction to you was that was besides the basketball, of course, because you know, time them laps. That's my introduction to you. Was that, but what happened was I was actually podcasting when that you was doing that, and people I was around at the time was like, "Oh, that's true. Oh my God, he always complaining." So in my mind, this is something you do on a regular.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, but I was intrigued by what you were saying because I clearly at the time was like, well, that's odd. I'm in media and I'm definitely giving people at the time. I was giving people shots.
Yeah.
I stopped, but you know, I was giving people shots, and I was like, so let's get them on. And that's how we started talking, whatever. And then remember you met with me and you was like, oh, that was the plan. Yeah,
it was the plan. The plan is if I'm gonna say
sound like a strategy to me. I don't know. I could be tripping.
It's not a strategy.
Focus. I'm sorry.
It's focus. Yeah. It's like you know what?
I was a funny guy right here.
No, like you got to think about it. Like I be mixing, mingling with a lot of artists, and I'm shoulder to shoulder with a lot of artists. I'm in full belief that he's supposed to be able to go here for a press release in his own city alone, and I'm a full believer in that. So when I feel like everybody's hitting walls, or if we all hitting walls, and if I'm hitting walls, I'm gonna say something, but it's gonna be more focused.
Okay.
And so it wasn't like you wasn't doing what you was doing.
I was new, so I ain't tripping.
Imagine the other people who just had the idea to do the podcast and been bullshitting for about a year. You know what I mean? Just understand that.
Man.
No, I'm just saying. Like, see, I just did a podcast about inspirational truths, and then now it's like, oh no, like clearly that it's like a plus and a minus. And a minus, you got people thinking that I'm complaining. They got another half thinking that it's inspiring.
But my thing is, my whole thing with this is, no matter
weird.
You can be weird, lame, conceited, hard-headed, all that stuff.
Weird.
You could be all of that at the same time.
The first one.
So you are weird.
Weirdos in fresh clothes. I did the song.
Yeah.
Everybody was at the video shoot. Just ask them.
I think at the time, especially in rap, I think weird, it has its own meaning. If you look at any rapper that say weird, it's just like you're not talking about gangster stuff.
Facts.
That in rap, that's what weird means.
That's how I look at it.
That's all I wanted. That's all it was.
Yeah, that's
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Anybody that meet me, they know that.
I like that.
It's like
you got a funny laugh too.
I know.
You really laugh. It'd be wild. Like, he's so deep. He talks so smooth, and he laughs like deep as hell. Like, what the hell is that about, bro?
Yeah.
When you laugh like that one time on your story, I thought you were trying to mimic Eddie Murphy or somebody. I thought you were trying to mimic somebody, but that's really your laugh.
That's
do it again.
Oh wait, hold on. Yeah,
I know.
It's never gonna come out. Now I'm not laughing for the whole interview. Thanks.
Hard-headed though. Are you hard-headed?
Hard-headed.
Do you take advice? I mean,
you know what? I take advice, but I don't give everybody. Everybody doesn't. Now this is just a life hack.
Seeming real, yes, like. But go ahead.
No. This is a life hack. A life hack is like you can't listen to what everybody says.
Facts.
So you gotta it has to be a little bit more of a resistance. Let me analyze it. You leave the papers on my desk. You get out of here. And it's not
what?
No,
that's how you talk to them kids when they ask you about rap.
No. It's a mental state where it's like, yo, you can't take advice from everybody.
Got you.
Leave it on the table. I'll read it and then I think about it, and I might come back and be like, you gave me that idea.
Okay,
if it wasn't for you, like Slim said, why you shot a video? I said, because you said. You liked everything but the fact that I didn't shoot a video, and I thought about it, and I didn't shoot a video, and I did it on purpose. But I was like, so next time let me not shortchange. You know what I mean? If that's how some people feel, so it's like, I listen to people. It's just how it's the approach, and that's what anybody in life, you got to approach people like how they need to be approached. Everybody ain't led the same way, That's just real shit.
So yes, the hard-headed, conceited.
Yeah, but I'm humble as fuck too, like personally and spiritually.
Yo, this guy's amazing, man. Like, is it the hat?
No, it's not the hat.
You turn the lights off. You still acting the same. Is it the hat?
No, it's not the hat, man.
I like the answer, right? And I asked that, and
I'm down on myself too.
No, you sometimes you are too down to me.
But see, that's the extreme, the extremes.
When I say the conceited part, and this is somebody just wrote down. Nobody that I know have said it to me. About you, right? But your story, which like I said, I didn't get into that because I feel like you talked about it so many times. People know your story, can go find your story. But like you had this part of your career where you were around probably one of the most prominent DJs in New York. K-Slade.
A couple.
So that's something to brag about. Most people can't brag like that.
Yeah, I don't brag like that. So, but I'm conceited though, right?
Probably because you say it sometimes. You bring it up. You might not brag, but you do.
You never see me bring it up publicly.
How did I find out you was with K-Slade?
Because he was in the hospital for COVID. That's the only thing. I never brag.
So you never told me that before? I'm not saying
probably told you that. So I said personally, you would know personally. But what people don't like is what people try to say is the reason why they don't like this. But in all actuality, that's not what I ever.
I got
display.
a better question, matter of fact, because this is probably what it is, and
that was one of the problems in the situation. Like Aaron used to always tell me, "Yo, make sure you hashtag this," and I never really did. That wasn't my bragging point. My bragging point was being one of the best rappers that you've ever seen.
Right.
That's my bragging point. So when people say I don't like him, but his music, it's like, oh, I did what I wanted to do. That was a goal. That's been my goal for a very long time, bro.
So I guess,
and people know that if you listen to my music too. Like that's not even like one of them things that I'm just talking and like saying shit. If you listen to my music, be like, oh, this nigga's going for that. He's going for that.
I've told you that rapping wise,
except for on this last album, it was great songs, complete songs. It's not about lyrics on this last album.
Okay. So
you like how I did that? Brought it back to the music.
You brought it back.
I could have did that several times, but I gave you something.
Nah, I like that. The thing is this though, I can't be spun. All right, so
I'm not trying to spin.
Nah, you do a good job with everything you do.
My laundry you do a good job. Earlier.
You smell good. You smell like dark mode. But,
Egyptian musk. You can get that.
Yo, you
serious sage.
But I asked that question because, and this is just a thought. I'm not in that world. I honestly don't try to stay out of the rapping stuff sometimes because of the politics that come with it.
I'm out of it too. You know? I know, it's crazy.
So I think when you give people advice, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if that play a role in somebody saying that because a lot of times
you
can only give advice. Hold on, let me get my shit out, please. I see what you're doing. You can only give.
Getting all your yeses.
I'm trying. Yeah, I mean, we doing good. This is good. This is great stuff.
Yeah.
Not the cheap brand either, but I feel like people that already have somewhat of a disdain or dislike, but don't show it sometimes with you, right? That's how it goes. And when you give them advice, it could be great advice, but when you telling them this advice, they probably be like, "Oh, he think he knows something because he did this, because he did that." But really, in hindsight, that's exactly right. Yeah. A lot of times when you give people advice, it's because you probably did something. You might have should have made a different move, but you made this move. So when you telling them that like, "Yo, do this," or "You should do that," it's not coming from a place of I know it all. No. It's like I made this mistake.
No, it's not even I made a mistake. It's not even that contrast. I won. I was able to do stuff that people have not done.
See how that sounds though? See how that sounds? It sounds a little.
No,
I mean it sound. If you like that, it sounds a little. If I'm a rapper, and you say that to me, I'm like, damn.
Why would I? First of all, just as a human being, why would I let other people bring me down in that fashion by trying to say that I'm something, and then my core people might say, yeah, he's a little this, but he's really this. If my core people could say that, and I'm like, and my family could say that, then I'm looking like we not really interacting like that. You know what I mean? We not in the studio. You was in the studio with me every day. It'd be crazy. And I've had people around me like that. They know how serious I am about music. They know how fun I am when it comes to music. Like all of that kind of shit. Like it's all in there because I want to succeed in whatever I'm doing. You know what I mean? Whatever it is that I'm touching. Like I don't, it's long goals, you got short goals. You know what I mean? So it's like if Tay-Pac kicking with me, he don't say shit like that. He know me and him connect, and we don't even really got to talk about music like that. Like that's the crazy thing. But it's like other people, like if we talking strictly about music, I live by certain codes. Like I'm coded. You know what I mean? Like inside of me from doing it this long and all of this, that's a real thing. That's a real thing that's about you now.
Right.
Like if I worked in sanitation or engineering for 15, 20 years, you think I wouldn't know nothing about like fucking, spray bottles and shit like that?
Spray bottles.
No, but I'm just like just being dead ass. I'm not going to hop out and be like, Dad, like how you mop the floor? You be like, I don't know, figure it out. And it's like, no, you're not going to be like that. You're going to be like, look, this is what you do. Boom, 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 boom. I don't do that no more, but I did this for 15, 20 years. So it's like...
No, you're making complete sense. And that's hypothetically speaking, but what I like about the conversation we're doing right now is that these are positions these are questions I haven't seen people ask you, but I know it's there. But for me, I told myself today, if I'm going to do this, I want to do it where, not saying every question I ask you going to be something you never got asked before, but not so much publicly. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause some people like, you got to think, it might be a room that I'm in that you're not in, but you're in. If that makes sense.
No,
it's all around. You know what I'm saying? So
you don't never see
when I'm asking these questions.
But like keeping it real, I don't subscribe. Just keeping it gangster. You've never seen me in a room.
Well, I seen Elementary.
No, that's we building over there. Like if you really come in there, you don't really hear food and blenders going off. You hear like nails and hammers because we really building.
Yo, you a funny guy.
No, I'm just
what's up with you, bro?
I'm just keeping it gangster though. Like y'all hearing us build over there, and it's like I ain't in no room but that room. So whenever you hear somebody say something about Truez, he ain't in the room I'm in because we building over here. I don't know why he said that. I'm in the studio. I'm building. You know what I mean? I'm doing editing behind the camera. I'm doing all of this different type of stuff. And it's like, but people find time to not like me for what? Like, where they bumped into me on the street and I was like,
bro, I don't know, but that not liking somebody is also a human trait, and it could not be that. It could be something. It could be
it's okay.
The fact that you're in a good space. Some people are not like you because you're in a good space.
I will agree with that.
So it's human. It's a human thing, bro.
I will 100%.
It's a human thing. You might be 100% like fine with how you are, and somebody is not fine with how they are. So they will dislike you because you in a space they can't be in. It cannot do nothing with rap at all.
Sometimes I used to feel
they can't
like,
grow their hair. Oh damn, I hate Truez.
Nah, bro.
You know, it's a bunch of things.
It ain't too surface. It's more like, like everybody love you when you like really down. You know what I mean? When you down, everybody love you because everybody feel like they can do something for you and they'll help you out and they'll do this. They put their hands on you, like just like like come on. And then when you start to like
flourish,
and it's not like a narcissistic way, like a nigga don't make mistakes. Like of course a nigga make mistakes, but then like all of this is going on at once when you're down, but then you hear other things that people say and you're like, I don't even know that person. Like, why are they saying this now? Why wasn't they saying this before? They'll see me and say, well, you been true. It's like, yo, hey, yo, you the GOAT. You a legend. I didn't come up with that shit like out of my, like Quad gave me that name alone and explained why. And that was the first time I heard a rapper really explain, and me and him always connect even on some deeper stuff than rap, like when we worked in the mall. So it's like, for him to say that and explain why, I'm like, damn, that's what's up. That's dope. That's what niggas would say out here about me. Then I know the other side. But it's like, I'm going to go with this side. Like, why can't I go with that side? Like,
I like that. I'm going to go with this side, though.
Musically, I'm going to go there. As a man, I'm going to grow, though.
I respect it.
Yeah. I'm zenned out, like, right about now.
That's what I was gonna say that. Low you give me zen vibes. That's what's up, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that,
My
dog.
voice
I like
just,
that.
it trickles because, like I said, like, I'm, in my household, like, we from Jersey, like, in my household, my whole household was from Jersey. It wasn't like, like you still banter with each other a certain type of way. So my voice can come off as like I'm being like this, but it's really that. And when I'm passionate about something,
well, you ain't got to explain to me. I'm from up north, so I'm probably doing the same thing. Just
but man, you're a different person from up north.
But I don't know what that means.
That's because you're talking that low.
Oh, okay,
I'm just on the other spectrum right now. That's all I'm saying.
Well, speaking of liking, I wanted to touch on this. You had posted this. I want to read this right.
Oh shit!
It said, maybe if I had kids, y'all would like me more. What does that mean?
What was the rest of it?
And that was it. I wrote the whole thing.
What was the rest of it, man?
If it says in the comments, that was it.
Bad journaling 101.
Never.
It was maybe if I had kids, y'all would what?
Like me more.
Like me more. Sorry.
Okay, sorry.
Yo,
I'm not even sure what that means.
I wanted to see how you sound when you said the whole thing.
I don't say sorry a lot, so that's probably why I didn't write the word down.
Yeah, I'm just like sorry because it's like
I see what you're doing. See, no, that's what you're doing. You focus on the sorry part. I was focused on the other part. Like, why? What made you say that? Not sorry.
Because I'm entering a different realm.
But why you feel like that you have to have kids that don't like you more?
Because now I'm starting to not have a lot of things in common with even the people I grew up with.
And the kids is the only thing.
That's the thing that brings a lot of and keeps a lot of people together. We in the AUG. We in the 706. I'm sure our kids are supposed to be going to school with each other right now. So it's a different kind of community that like if I bring my single ass in there like this, like we all doing tonight. Shit, I gotta go home. Shit, I got kids. Then it's like, damn. So I'm still writing. So I'm still doing music. So I'm still doing all of that stuff. And it's like, I wish I could hang out like with certain people and stuff like that. Like my man Tony. Like my man Tony put me into the shit basically. And it's like he got a whole family. I don't like to intrude.
Right.
And it's like, and where will I find my place in that? And it's hard for me to like conceptualize that. So I stay over here in my cave.
Does Tony not like you?
Nah, Tony love me. That's my dog. That's my big brother.
Oh, so how you explain that? I like that. I thought it came. I was wondering if it came from a place like that, like
what?
You seen people with kids get liked more or something. That's
nah. It's not about. It's really not.
So it's just deeper than the surface.
No, I said like me more, not like my post more.
Yeah, like you more.
Like me more. Yeah, cause y'all only see the music. It's not this crazy human side that people get to see. So it's like y'all would like me more if y'all knew, but I just like my human side is just what I do every day that y'all really legitimately see. I just make it look good. Like that's really what it comes down to.
All right, we're gonna move on from that.
If you respond like that to my answers, they gonna respond like that. Just know that's when y'all watching stuff on the media. That's how
I always tell
off.
people.
Imagine if Jay Leno said, "All right, Will Smith, Mr. Independence Day, whatever. We'll be right back."
Sometimes they do. You seen the Kanye documentary? That don't mean nothing.
What about it?
No, you watched it. They was pretty much saying whatever, and he still rolls.
But that's when you believe in yourself. So
you believe in yourself?
Of course, I believe in myself.
There we go. Cause I know, cause you like I seen your post about the Kanye documentary. I ain't gonna get into that, but I liked it too. It was cool.
Yeah.
I want you to explain something. You on Facebook, you got your name as Misunderstood Dreamer.
Yeah, I got that from the.
That's all the words, nothing else. It's just those two.
I got that from the Wu-Tang name generator back in the day.
Okay.
And I've always felt like that was me. And I put it there, and it's been there since I started my Facebook.
Okay, so the next question I just want to know is why you feel like you misunderstood. Is that if that's okay?
Because I dream with everybody involved, and I don't really always dream with for myself. So I dream a lot with people involved. So if I come off emotional about certain things, it's because I dream with pieces involved. Not like, oh, I got dreams to be out in LA and like this and fuck y'all. It's more like, no, I got dreams that this person could do this and that. And then it's like, maybe I make my attempt, maybe I come off wrong, whatever the case may be. But how do you get over a great idea? It's just really hard to kind of navigate through that. Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, you turn somebody off, but it's like, damn, okay, that little dream is over and all of this kind of stuff. And you just embark. But I just dream with everybody involved. That could be a fault and that could be a plus at a lot of times. Like this last album, that's me from Legends Ball to now is me dreaming of everybody together.
I like that answer because of something you said earlier too, though. Like that kind of goes back into what when you are giving artists advice or behind the scenes advice. That's kind of where that comes from. And I like what you say. Dream of everybody involved.
Yeah.
So I like that. Like that go hand in hand. So it make not saying I thought you were lying like that, but make what you said earlier more valid. You saying that now if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it makes it. And this is
it makes sense now. Everything's coming together now. So that's why I ask these questions. You see, I'm asking you a question, man. Don't get uncomfortable.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm here for you, man. Trust me. I'm on your side.
Yeah, But that's just how I feel, man. I'm aware of everything, man, like that we all go through. I just, like if we creative, I'm like, yo, I got some ideas, and if nobody execute no ideas together, then why not like at least listen to this one maybe? Like, True. You know what I mean? That's how I'm like that's how I be feeling. I could squeeze some stuff in there,
I ask people this question a lot, and I'm gonna ask you, what does Augusta mean to you?
Oh, it means a lot, man. It means like, my grandparents are from down here, a lot of cousins. I got a lot of cousins, like Master of the City Wilson, like even Hen, like we all like connected in like the cousin family tree. Cameo Wilson, Fleetwood, like, and people who know who these people are. Nah, J1s hang out with Fleetwood. You know J1s, right? Mm-mm. Man, you gotta meet J1s. You who? Nah. My bad. My bad. Y'all don't see his foot, y'all. My bad. Nah, I know you don't hoop. My bad. But yeah, like we all connected. So Augusta is big for me. At some point in my life, I couldn't stand it from when I moved from here, from Jersey to here, and I couldn't take it, so I moved to Atlanta, and then I moved to Virginia for like a little bit, and I came back to Atlanta and then back to Augusta since like 7th grade consistently. You know what I mean? And it's like I got a lot of like knowledge down here, man. Like I saw God down here. You get in touch with different sides. Like, I feel like even like, yeah, I ain't even gonna say that. That's for a different conversation.
So I guess I ask you, as far as art in the city, like, yeah, because it's a lot of back and forth on whether this is a.
When you think about slavery, right? Like how we was down here, right, in the South, right? Like I could feel my ancestors here.
You mean in this room right now?
No. Maybe they probably watching over a nigga. So hopefully the dapping hands with yours, because you just sound like you ain't had nothing in here. So it might be outnumbered.
I don't know what you're talking about.
you the one that said it. You said ancestors in here. Never mind. We ain't count ancestors, but like ancestors coming from the South like that, and me being up north, maybe being connected to those roots.
Yeah.
And then you could feel it differently. You see things differently. Now I was raised differently. All of that kind of stuff, you know, it makes me who I am. So like I love Augusta for that. And I love the people. You know, I'm not gonna say what I wanted to say just now about Atlanta, but I love Augusta in a certain way that like Atlanta can't get that love from me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's like the people, I can trust the people to be who they are.
Well, I had that question. I mean, how you talk is kind of like is good, because some of the stuff you bring up I actually have on here.
I know.
I don't know. I'm touching it. It's just
I'm connected.
So like, yeah, probably the ancestors doing it. ATL versus Augusta, like it's a thing, I guess, quote unquote.
I don't think it's a thing.
They just people always. It's like you got this one side that people get.
It's too many of us there for it to be a thing.
Well, you got one side that get up that begin uproar when somebody claims they're going to go to Atlanta for a better or whatever.
Yeah.
Because you got people that feel like, well, you can do the same thing in Augusta. And then you got the side that feel like Augusta is just trash and you can't do nothing in Augusta. And you got to go to another city because it's too slow down here. What's your thoughts on that?
In that aspect, there's a disease that there's no one side leaning more towards the other, right? And that's why a lot of times it feels like nothing's going on. It feels like that because so many people have their own mindset. Like the Drop the Disc podcast, I'm sure you heard of it.
Yeah, I know them.
Yeah, I'm sure you was going to say yeah to that one. If you said no to that one, that would have been bad on you. That was good media training, sir.
I don't have the media training, bro. Everything is homegrown over here, baby.
All right. So
they reached out one time. That's how I know them.
Right.
Yes.
So on Drop the Disc, why would you come up with that podcast to go against what type of mind frame? Even in the city. See, they will appreciate my music in a certain type of light because we share that view already. Because I felt some kind of way of coming here, being, you know, just coming here off the whim early like that in my life. But then I've grown this love because this is where my friends are. Like, this is where all your relationships that you really established, this is where they are in these places, and these people become prominent and all of that stuff. Like, that matters. So you want to protect that. You want to help develop that. You want to, you know, incite and entice that, you know what I mean, that community, you know what I mean, and the best way that you possibly can. That's why you doing, even on a spiritual level, why you doing what you doing. You doing what you doing is because I'm doing what I'm doing. We know that there's something like missing. That's what entrepreneurs is. They see the thing that's missing and they plug it up. And that's what I feel like is missing. And that's why it could be half and half on the like or love type of vibe. But at the same time, it's like there's something that I'm plugged into, like a void that will be there if I'm not there. The same with all y'all. Every influencer in the city that's really like moving on a whole nother type of level for the future is really like, you know, they deserve it. They deserve everything that they have. And we all got the similar mind state. We share that. That's why it's good if we work together. This is work for both of us.
Yeah. Nah,
so at the end of the day, I'm just like, regardless, like, you know what I mean? Hopefully I answer things like the best way I possibly can, but I'm not trying to make nobody like me, and I ain't trying to make nobody hate me more than they already do. So it's just kind of like, I'm just trying to like answer it like the best way I know how, but also, you know, if I don't, then you can receive that, and if I do, you receive that.
Nah,
it's a great business deal.
I mean, so far, like I said,
that was an asshole. Now that was an asshole thing to say.
Hey, you leave, bro.
But you see, you understand.
Well, I'm gonna leave it too. I ain't gonna say nothing about it, but yeah.
I could. You sharp. That's why you sharp.
Hey,
but
I try, you know.
But you weren't gonna take that personal.
Nah,
you see what I'm saying?
Never personal, always business.
4 agreements.
Or nothing, New Jack City.
You don't take things personal.
But
I try to work on that every day because sometimes I take things.
Have you been on Drop the Disc before?
Nah. I would like to though. Okay. I can't wait until I actually do.
I'll make sure I put that clip out.
That's a part of my big overall plan in life.
To get on Drop the Disc podcast?
Yes.
That's what's up. I'm not laughing at you, but I'm not laughing at you, I swear to God.
Is it the hat?
Nah, it's the notes, man. The notes is funny.
All right.
Jesus Christ. So Augusta, do you think this could be not could it be? How do you feel about the city of Augusta as it relates to art? Art. I don't care if you painting, jazz, opera,
like what do you
rapper,
mean how I
singing.
feel about it?
Well, some people think it's not an art city, which is odd because we have a whole festival here, kind of dedicated to art.
That's a little. We need a little bit more light shine on it. That's you know, when I was in the Urban Pro Weekly, shout out to Karen Gordon.
You know my favorite. I mean?
When I was in the Urban Pro Weekly, y'all names is in the Urban Pro Weekly. You probably didn't pick up a copy.
Who, me? I get a copy every week. You got me.
All right.
Every other week. So, every 2 weeks.
So go back.
Truez got me messed.
Nah, I'm just saying.
So
you got to go back
bi-weekly
and read that issue. And it's like, okay, I'm talking about Slim. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about everything that I'm doing. And this is who say yeah to every idea and all of this shit. And it's like, shit, whatever I do, it's like, it's supposed to do something. We're supposed to get that coverage as an industry. Like, we don't need certain things. And it's like, we supposed to get that coverage. So you supposed to get that coverage. You know what I mean? Like, you deserve, like, the arts community just deserves coverage. If we coverage, we could make money off our own city. It's like so many people here.
True.
You know what I mean? Over 160 something thousand, I'm sure. Like, so it's like, we got a lot of people here. And it's like, you know, I can mention Decatur. Everybody knows where that's at. But Decatur is like nowhere near the size of Augusta, but you know exactly where Decatur is. I've been in Atlanta so many times, they didn't know where Augusta was. You mentioned that, they didn't even know. They think it's Athens.
That's wild.
Yeah, you know, sometimes I watch sports during the master time and they say Athens too many times. So it's just like, it's just coverage. Like, all we ever really need is coverage. That's our national coverage. Then on the local level, we got little cute stuff here and there. But what about this person that's really spearheading this? And this person that's really doing this, and this person that got this person on their podcast, which is like a you. It's like, we need to do something on him. Why can't we deserve that? You know what I mean? As the arts community.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that. I definitely would do something like that. But you know how that goes. I just put the work in. Like, whatever happened after that, hopefully it happens. But
and that's all I've been doing.
My goal is always the work, and then whatever come after, it's cool. But you know,
I always say, I'm like this. Whatever's there for me, I'll grab it.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, or I won't ask you what would it take, but you saying just take more coverage, more togetherness.
Yeah, I think that's really it.
But I mean, I think right now in the city, as far as in the city, like, art is doing okay. Like, I'm seeing more.
It's bubbling very, very high, but we just need coverage.
And it's a lot of successful people that actually still reaching back and grabbing people to do certain things too. Like,
that's our generation too.
Definitely,
also
definitely
spearheading heavy.
Definitely
90s, late 80s, like all of that stuff. Like even early 80s, like we getting it together, like on what we supposed to do. Like this younger generation got hooked onto the electronics and everything, and the phones, all of this kind of stuff. They got hooked onto that, and we wasn't necessarily like there. So what can we do for them? And that's how I be speaking. I be speaking to them. I be speaking to like the people like me and Slim was talking about the Lucky Joes. Lucky Joes is like that. They young, and it's like, why not go to them? They appreciate it, and they'll take it and they'll run with it.
I noticed that you did work with them, and I thought the same thing. I said, okay, I see. He bridging the gap right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
I felt that, like, even when I seen how excited they were to even be doing music with you.
Yeah, bro.
But you go back to what I was always saying about.
And I'm just that equally excited. Like when I'm in the studio, I'm like, and then they start moving. I'm like, oh shit, we could shoot a video. Like I get going. You know what I mean? And it's like, and nobody, you know, they come with they format, like Joe with his style and Lucky with his style. And it's like, man, I'm hyped. I'm hyped for the next couple of days. I might write some music off of that. Now next time I got a show, I'm gonna hit them up and give them a spot.
Yeah.
Like, why not? Because I know how you feeling right now, because I ain't had that. You had the club promoters doing what, just the little competition joints. What? But yeah, they would do competitions. No, I did them too.
So even back then you did them?
Yeah, open up. That's how I know about the shit. Like, I don't be just talking about it. I'll be like,
I asked that just because it's a negative connotation with that now. Yeah, I don't know if the jig is just up or what, but they say it pretty much is like, it's kind of, they say it's pointless to do them. I don't know how you feel about it, but
competitions,
and it's them local club. Oh, you pay this and do this, and it's like, it's a what?
It's a lot of people that gotta be there that really care about the art. If they cared about the art, you come and see something. You come down to Humanity Tree on the first Friday open mics.
But see, all right, stop right there. That's different. That's different.
That's not different.
No,
it's the
it's
same
different.
thing.
It's different than a club because a lot of them club people, they're not doing it. Y'all doing it for a certain reason.
That's what I'm saying.
People in the club wasn't.
I understand that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I would prefer them go down to Humanity Tree. Yeah, I would prefer that. I just feel like you'll get more of a caring crowd for one.
As an artist, you get a caring crowd, and then you got a chance to finally grow.
You got a chance.
You have a chance.
Whatever. In the club, I don't feel like you had a chance. I feel like it's just
no. You never.
I feel like money for them.
You never really had.
I feel like you thought you did. They sold you something, but what really was it? You know what I'm saying?
You never really necessarily had a shot, but it's like it's an experience. Like in order for me to be who I am, and like if people love my music, whatever, if people hate it, whatever. But a lot of people that love my music, in order for you to love my music, I would have had to open up with for DJ Unk.
But real quick, go back to what you said because you was like Friday. So what's this event you was talking about? Talk about
the first Friday open mics at Humanity Tree House. You know, been putting on these joints like consistently for the last 7 months. This month, you know, is Women's Month, depending on when this come out. Is Women's Month, and so like you know, we got a lot of artists on that bill. But before that, you know, starting right after Legends Ball, it was just we've been like opening these doors for these creatives, and it's getting crazy, you know. And I remember going to Mad Studios back in the day, you know, seeing Catherine and Brother Trav and all of them do the joint, and it was on the upstairs joint. I think back where that Basquiat painting is, if I'm not mistaken. But we used to go up there, it was low, and it had the lights going on in the back, and you get up there and rock. Like one of my greatest fears happened up there, that the music cuts off. That was one of my greatest fears at that time. I was everything but like, I was like 19, 18 at that time, and my mic cut off, and I had to handle that. So it's like, but I'm young, so then when I see somebody young, I'm like, my voice gonna sound different.
Right.
It's gonna be like, nah, hey, listen, voice memo that joint. Listen to it over and over. You got to get it right. I be forgetting my lines now because I done wrote so much. You know what I mean? And lived a lot. So, and then also wrote so much. Like I'm a wordsmith with the pen.
You don't get in the booth and just freestyle it?
I do.
No, you do now?
I did half of that album, even Legend album. I do everything. Like I practice. I practice doing what everybody else is doing plus what I love to do.
At what point do you think y'all be able to make it with like multiple Fridays, not just first Friday? And I only ask that because like, I feel like let's say you can't catch one, you gotta wait a whole month for the next one. I like open mics though.
I'm gonna tell you why. It would be something different. It don't have to be first Friday. You can't have another first Friday. You're gonna have a second Friday. Like, no, it don't have a ring to it, right? So it have to be something totally different, like marketing wise. So you have to look at it like that. So you got the first Friday events. The first Friday events only happening once a month. That's grand. You want to be able to bring people. Last time I brought my boy Sabir from Macon down here. Brought his band, and a chick that sung, forgot her name, but she sung, and his band was great. Everybody was like clapping for him, and it's like, that's my boy from back in the day in 2014 in Atlanta, doing shows, you know what I mean, at Pag Lounge with Jay Good.
Well, maybe not a first Friday, but like you can have multiple open mics events.
We can, but it would have to be in a certain taste. Like, because my whole thing, like, with Augusta, they support differently. You know what I mean? We are blessed that, like, they're even supporting this type of way on first Fridays where you could be doing anything else.
Yeah.
That is awesome. You want to nurture that. You know what I mean? You want to like see where you can take that. And then next, it'll be something where, you know, something might go on Saturdays that might not even deal with music. You know, it's so, that's why when you're building, you know, you gotta look at things like that from that point of view, you know.
No, I understand. Is it? Do you think it's one of them things if you did have multiple, it would oversaturate it?
Multiple what?
Events, like throughout the month. Open mic events I'm talking about.
I don't think it would necessarily oversaturate it, but it could actually, you know, you could burn out that way.
Oh, that's all. Okay, I'm thinking like that.
Yeah. You don't want to burn out.
Too many, yeah.
You don't want to burn out. Like, you want to.
I'm being selfish. It's like, I know I can't make certain, so I'm like, damn, if you.
Right.
And then at some point, next thing you know, you can miss 3. That's 3 months. You know what I'm saying?
But next thing you know, you make that one that you be like, damn, this is what y'all been doing this whole time.
True. That's right.
I seen some people come in there and just be like, word. And then I'm like, yeah, yo, this how it is. You know what I mean? My boy Gustave on there, Gustave on there playing a piano joint live. doing this joint. Now he dropping this music video. It's like we waving. Like we all like working in some kind of way. You got JoJo Rain dropping, who's an R&B singer. Met him through AJ Lou. And so now that, like, looking at that open up, and I'm going to try to get him as the feature artist on one of the open mics. Sean Lindsay. These are all dudes that I'm, like, looking at. I'm like, oh, man, it's about to be, like, it's different, like, right now. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I see all sides because, you know, I'm right there. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's a very interesting thing going on. I feel like in the music community, as long as you got a hub, I feel like you would take it differently on the inside, you know? So...
So, musically though, like, what do you identify as? Because you said something earlier about not necessarily calling yourself a rapper.
Yeah.
So, like, musically, how do you identify yourself? Just as a musician,
Because
most people know you for rap.
I would use artist because it can prompt a second question of what type of art.
What type? Okay.
But yeah, what you were about to say?
Well, I was going to ask because I always tell people now, like, I don't know if it's always been this way or not, but I see it more in the last couple of years than before, where it's this negative connotation on even being a rapper, to where like people say a rapper now, it's like you like, oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, well, I'm not just a rapper.
Not you. I'm just saying in general.
Yeah, like, but I've consciously just always made sure I was just more than that. So more than the masters.
There we go. You are more than masters. You know what I'm saying? You are a prominent figure here. So
I don't. You know, it don't even. You know, you would think somebody be like. But, you know, I just be like, that's cool. That means I'm where I'm supposed to, like seeing a road sign. So it's like, let me see how I can build off of that. Like, if people feel good about me or don't like me, let's see, you know, what am I doing? Looking inward. Then once I go inward, then, you know, I always come out and I get a few blessings. So I know what kind of, like, road that I'm on. So right now I feel like I'm being like blessed, so I know I'm doing the right thing, and my I don't care attitude might just be my protection of like I can't really hear what y'all are saying, what y'all fear, what y'all don't like, because if I do that, then I might curl up here in this city. You know, I gotta keep going. I just gotta keep going. I
had in the past maybe year, 15 months, ain't no telling. I think I might have talked to Slim about this. But like, what's stopping you from doing something similar to like why you don't have a show? You seem to be a good talker.
I got all these ideas, bro, and it's just hard for me to concentrate on them when I don't feel like musically I've hit my arc.
You said you about to though.
I feel like I'm about to, and I'm like getting.
No. Tell the camera that's good journalism.
That's what?
Good journalism.
That's good journalism. I ain't gonna flex. Yeah, what's the name of that? Nah, I ain't gonna do you. I ain't gonna do you like that. But Art Angel, dark mode, and light mode is like creatively like probably like some of my best work. Flight 323 had the hits and the bangers. Legend was like I freestyle half of that album, but it's like it's more like intentional, and we going here with it, and we smooth, and we rapping a little bit, and then I wanted to come out with a whole nother sound. So, you know, just trying to be innovative in that way, I guess.
I'm gonna ask you the question. I know we don't ask music.
Keep rapping.
I don't normally ask musical question though, but like, how did the song "Gifts" come about?
How did it call?
How did it come about?
I manifested everybody on the record.
That was different to see you and the record dabbing people, and it flows smoothly though. But it was definitely different to hear.
Wow.
I don't know. I just didn't expect that. I don't know.
Did you hear Lil Tony and Mikael Martin?
Yeah, but for me, what was shocking was the Quavo. Like that was.
Why?
I don't know. I'm used to hearing him rap with his partner, not.
We all used to rapping with our partners. I'm the nigga out here like a Lone Ranger, bro. And they know that.
Yeah, but they got like. See, I look at you as Truez. I know you've been rapping with people, but I look at you as just rap with Truez. You know what I'm saying?
I once had people, but I've always started right here where I am right now. So it's like, boom, you go through all these periods, but everybody be clicked up, not in a bad way. That's who they homies is. And they all rap or they all do something creative. So you just naturally get clicked up. I'm the nigga that just be like, yo, what's up? Y'all shooting podcast? Hey, yo, let me get on. Like, you know, why not, nigga? Like, you know, like, and then that comes into like, oh, I fuck with you and I fuck with you. Oh, yeah, bet. Hey, man, we gonna do something one day. That's club talk. But one day, I will say this. Here's a good story. You're gonna like this one. Quay whispered in my ear one time outside the club and said, you know I can get you on a record, right? He did say that. He did say that, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever that a nigga like said, you know, I can get you on the record, but he didn't say it publicly. Yeah. I'm saying it publicly now because it's cool, but like, he didn't say it publicly. He just like, we dapped up. He said, you know, I can get you on the record, right? And I'm like, and I remember like looking at it, just kind of like, all right, like one day, you know, we gonna do something. So we did something on like Trumatic 3, and then so we do got that. See, that's Off the Radar, hosted by DJ Nightmare, by the way. So it's like Trumatic 3. I got him and Charles on the joint. So I got the whole Native Sounds on there. And we all got, I feel like we all got the same amount of time too. So we all just doing our thing and thugging like that. And then when Gifts came up, Quay put on, he put online, he was like, yo, I forgot what he said, but kind of like Mayo pressed me like, yo, I ain't on the album. And I'm just like, yeah, man, you're right. Mayo ain't on the album. I got to get Mayo on the album. I stopped my album like 3 times for specific people.
But those are good moments though. Like
those are great moments in music, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. Like that's what gets me up. Like it's like that's the shit when you feel like you breaking down certain walls and interacting, putting this person on a record with this person. Yeah. You know what I mean? Seeing how they flow. And you know, if y'all don't listen to me, then y'all missing out on that. That's why when I promoted this album, I my face ain't on the shit. You know, I just put my face out afterwards. But everything else was like, yo, I got Silver and Gold from LA. Like, this sounds so cool. Y'all should hear this song. Like, and it's all produced by one person, Aftertone Beats, out there in the UK. You know what I mean? Like, so, like, that's just all cool, like, to do musically. So I'm just on some cool shit. Like, I'm always on some real cool shit, you know, musically. You'll be like, what Truez is doing? Probably some cool shit. Not weird shit, not lame shit, not conceited shit, not complaining shit, not headache shit. Just some cool shit. Oh, that's cool. Just say it's cool. Like don't say you hate it.
Musically, in the city right now, where you think we at?
More coverage.
You need more coverage.
We need more coverage.
Let's get into that then. When you say more coverage, like describe.
You remember how before it was podcasters?
Say it again.
4 years ago, when I did that rant, it was podcasting.
Okay.
I seen, you know, it wasn't enough. Now it's starting to be a good little bit of podcast, but now it's like we gotta reach certain folks, so we need some different type of coverage to even coverage y'all.
Okay,
you see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like it all gotta be like a two. Like right now, we right here, but there's always something above you, and it's like if that something right there shine light on this, it shines light on what we doing. Then bit by bit, it'd be like, yo, come out to see this band. It's actually 8 bands in Augusta. Oh, who would have known? There's 8 bands in Augusta. I really like this one. We're seeing them on the news, like, and you know, you can help people out, man. And it's like, don't have an art section of somewhere and like really don't even delve into rap. Like niggas is like, you know, and I shouldn't say niggas if I'm even speaking like towards those individuals, but like people like they acting like people don't really listen to rap, like their kids don't listen to rap or anything like that. Like we got it right here too, and a lot of us is trying to really make it. You know what I mean? And like for the people that wants to make it, I'ma always do what I can to make it cool and make it like this shit is dope, like feel a part of something. Like we need that as artists, or else we just gonna be in a studio with our homeboy just putting stuff out digitally. If we don't never mix and mingle, go out, have a few beers and stuff like that, kick it, you know, have a deep conversation and make a record, then make 2, then make 3, and then we shoot a video and then this, but then y'all pick it up. Then after y'all pick it up, so one of us might be on the news because we actually got the Miller Theater for once and all of this kind of, you know, when you think about that kind of stuff. And that's just how my mind be going to be like, how can I get there and how can we all get there at the same time? Because I'm not trying to be like, I stepped on everybody. Like, it's like, it's like, if anything, by that time, I'm going to be at an age where I'm like, no, you go. Like I did at Legends Ball. Like I just rap, boom, and then they rock for about 10 minutes. Like I'm just trying to put it together.
Right.
I'm gonna put this a farmer hat and my warrior hat. I'm a producer and I'm a warrior.
Came full circle.
It's like Gladiator.
I think that I agree with you on maybe needing some bigger coverage to shed light on certain things, and I agree. I think each one teach one. Everybody can. More togetherness is better. I mean, when you work together, you find that things do go better.
Get a podcast? No.
I ain't saying a podcast. I mean,
what if
everything talking wise don't have to be a podcast. That's I want to say to anybody.
Okay,
you can have a Facebook live show. You can do this though. It ain't gotta be nothing. Everything don't have to be a podcast.
I know, but I think that's why I don't do it, because I don't think I really want to talk that much.
I think you do.
I don't think so. You think so because we got like 15 minutes. That 15 minutes is really about 2 hours. But I'm just saying.
That's not what I think. I thought this before I even came up here.
No, but I'm just saying, I like to talk, but it's a lot of times where I'm quiet. Like when we talk about the word humble, people want you to be humble in front of them. But you don't know how humble you really really are. Like they don't know how humble you are to get to where you need to be. People would just perceive. But then there's other people that love you, but why do they love you and they hate you? Who's more valid? It doesn't matter. It's just like if I ain't doing nothing wrong, then just like say it's cool. Like you don't gotta,
just say it's cool.
Just say it's
true,
cool.
Right? It's true that it's cool.
Because look, that person that you're saying that to may have a clean slate about who the person is, and if you just say fuck it, he gonna hear fuck it. If you say it's cool, he gonna be like, oh, maybe it's not, but shit, I'll try this. Like or whatever, just for anything. You know what I mean? Like just you don't gotta go crazy. If somebody. No, you ain't gotta go crazy like that. Especially with people that's trying to purchase our art and all of that kind of stuff. Like you don't have to go crazy.
When I was talking about the talking part, I just thought that for a minute you would post videos here and there, you know, like just talking. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying it had to have been 30, 40 minutes. It could have been 3 or 5 minutes, whatever. Mm-hmm. But I do think like you got
I got 30
the mind you got and how you can put your words together well, whether it's on musically or just talking wise, you do a pretty good job at that. So I felt like you could have something where you did that. That's all I was saying.
It could be.
It ain't gotta be a podcast.
No, it could be. You're right, and it could be later on in the future. But right now, I guess I'm using that gift because I know that's my gift. That's my God-given gift. That's like, you know, we didn't mention just music. Right, I always tell people that's my music is just an extension of my gift. You know what I mean? A byproduct of my gift. So I know I'm a great speaker, but at the same time, it's like right now, I guess I'm speaking behind the scenes to get people motivated. Mm-hmm. Like I'm talking directly to like some of my peers. You know what I mean? You might see something that you really fuck with. And if you fuck with it, these are just my thoughts. Like, you know what I mean? I might come through like, she'll tell you like I come through at the job and just be like, yo, I got it. I got something on my mind. And I don't do it every day. I haven't done it in like almost a month, but it's like I have a lot to say, but it's like it's not worth talking all the time. But I give you something good when I feel like I worked it out a little bit. Yeah, you know what I mean. I don't just fly off the handle. This is off the handle, so that's why like people could love it or hate it, I guess. But like when it comes to me, I gotta take time. That's why you don't see me. I take time to reflect and think.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I wanted to. This is something I didn't have, but I thought about it. But you mentioned media coverage, so. I thought about this, and this is not the media coverage I know you're talking about, but in this particular realm, 706 AUG area, it probably happened everywhere. I don't know, but I can speak on here, right? Mm-hmm. Every once in a while, somebody gets this bright idea where they like, you know what? I think I'm gonna post a list of rappers I think are good, or that it's hot, whatever word they want to use. And that usually causes an uproar. Regardless of how you look at it, whether you like the list, somebody somewhere normally says something and it gains traction. Yeah. What's your thoughts on list? Most time you are on there. I give you that much. You know, not that it matters. I never see you posting like, yeah, I made number 2. You know, I never seen that. But I'm just saying, you've been on there from the people I spoke with. Yeah. These ones I spoke to.
I mean, musically, I would probably deserve to be on like a lot of lists, but like if you're going by my character, then that just depends.
And you're not being conceited when you say that. You just talking.
Yeah, whomever making the list, like
that's cool.
Off a character, you know what I mean. Base when if you really like if you have criteria, it's like really look, and then if you look, it'd be like okay. But but musically, all my peers will mention me before somebody who's probably would be in that like situation to have to feel like they can like make a list. And then honestly, like a big regret on a list is not printing them out since 2010.
I never heard anybody say that. That's funny as hell.
I could have had a stack about this big, bro. It could have been like the Bible, like the Augusta, top 10 artists, the top 100,000 artists of all time.
That's funny. But and
That was your granddad right there, yeah.
Yo.
Number 7,623rd. Who made this list? Can't read the name.
Nah, I asked that because my particular thoughts on it. I feel like, I mean, it's pros and cons to anything, regardless of it, right?
Yeah.
So when I see a list, typically I typically don't agree with it most of the time anyway. But that's neither here nor there. But what it does do is, I depending on who made the list, if they're a valid person, I'm like, let me go see who this person they talking about is over this person, or why this person over, you know. So I might go check certain people out.
Yeah, facts.
So that's the positivity of it.
I told Benny Hunter that one time.
That nobody talks about though.
I told Benny Hunter that one time in the studio. You know what I mean? We was all talking about it, and I was just like, if anything, like, I think this can help. Like, I be on some shit like that. Trust me, I'm the guy that everybody hates. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you think that I'm that guy, and if you really believe that a lot of people don't like me, you know, this is how you, like, just overcome it. Just keep going. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Well, I remember, I'm just be specific, I guess, too. The only time I ever had coverage on something like that was Snoop.
Ben felt like that.
Snoop had made one time years ago. I might have it on a computer. I don't know. I might set a picture. I don't know. I might print out and give it to you or something like that. But he had it. He was on there. I know, right? You got to start from this
the military. A new start today, and I just build this book.
He might have had 20 people, which I thought was a bit excessive, but I also, in hindsight, you know, I knew he had a project coming out as well.
Who's this?
This is Snoop. Ayo Snoop.
Okay, yeah.
And shout out to him.
Yeah. And there's also a man who was currently around a lot of hot rappers.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
and that it can cause some emotion, whatever it can be. I mean, think about it, who wants to be 18 on a list of a 20? Nobody really want to be 18, right? Yeah. Somebody got to be 18.
You know what? What number was I on that list?
I don't want to say top 5. You might have been 4.
I was 5.
Oh, 5?
I think. I believe.
I could pull it up, but I don't want to mess the audio up.
5 or 6.
It was 5 or 4.
But you know what that made me feel like? I want to work with Snoop.
We
did an album.
And my thing with that was
like, yeah.
Sometimes things, we like to talk about stuff because we don't see the bigger picture.
Yeah.
And sometimes things are just meant to set things in motion.
Business too, the bigger picture.
Shout out to Snoop. Shout out to Snoop, man. Shout out to Snoop. I have no problem.
Sometimes I don't buy clothing, but I can get up here and I can say that. Like, I may not be the nigga to buy a t-shirt, but I'm like, yo, hey.
He's selling t-shirts.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, that's real.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, though, man. Shout out to Snoop. I felt like, I only covered it because I felt like people give you they'll down you and shame you. Who was him? He's lame, da-da-da. I heard everybody about him. You know what I'm saying? So I said, I'm gonna give him a platform that's playing himself, whatever. Yeah. And in talking to him, I felt like it was a good business move. Like, he did it.
Yeah.
Because I got an album coming out, and now I know who I am.
Yeah.
So go buy my album when it come out, or go check my album out when it come out. And I felt like that was great marketing.
And you know, you did a great job by saying I'll do it, because you get the list, the list story that been going on for decades now. Yep. And it's like, now this is the first time the list can be seen.
And I went down every artist, and I asked them, and people I didn't know, like I grew them on, like
you was talking shit
I'll be 100.
Day. I remember.
I'll be 100.
Not in a bad way, but like, you were just like, nah. I'm
gonna keep it a buck. And
I forgot what you said about me, but I thought it was cool.
Wow, at the time,
see, I thought it was cool.
Everything I do is cool, man. Come on. I'm 10-10. Stop playing with me.
See, all right.
10-10-90,
hey,
man.
We all got to keep it cool.
I'm cool. I'm cool as everything, man. Other side of the pillow cool.
Yeah.
But, and I felt like, I was cool what he did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, if something happened, like, say tomorrow he had an album coming, he did it again, I'm like, hey, I ain't Snoop now. Relax. But
at this point,
it'd be fine.
It's been a minute. That's how we feel.
And if you're doing 20 people, I'm cool with that. Because, like, the 10 and 5 list, it's hard to really get upset about because it's 5
true.
people. But when it's 20, it was like, damn.
You get more eyes.
Exactly. And then you got to think, with the 20 people, that's 20, maybe 15 people that's going to actually talk about the list. You're going to have select few that ain't going to talk about it, though.
This is what I mean by coverage.
Exactly. That's why
coverage is that list shit actually being a real thing, and have people really look into artists and listen to their songs, all of that kind of stuff, and give artists something to work for. Because if they can get awards and possibly perform at our own award show, and I shouldn't even be giving this like that.
Not you should be doing it, but it's all good.
Well, yeah, I should be doing it, but it's like I'm still at my artistic peak right now, and people, But trust me, this is what I want. We deserve this. Like, I went to South Carolina, in Columbia, South Carolina music awards, either South Carolina or Columbia. It was just Columbia, but it was like Columbia Music Awards, and I was like, damn, they packed the whole like convention center out inside the hotel. And like niggas getting awarded for like the best producer and all of this kind of stuff. But imagine how their work ethic is that they don't even get seen and they got an award show. Yeah. And we don't even hear the industry like, yeah, he from Columbia. Like we gotta work very hard. But we gotta integrate with them too as well. But not like Atlanta, people got it twisted. Atlanta got their shit on lock. Like, you know what I mean? But like we gotta go to those places and like we can make a conglomerate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, I agree. I would be concerned with how something like that would do here, just because of the connotation of that profession. But I would say make no mistake, when people throw events, people come out.
Yeah,
because not that much going on out here. But people do. When they throw events, people come out for the most part, regardless of how they feel, because they're gonna come to either laugh at it, whatever they're coming out for. But most times they get surprised and you get a good performance, you get good music. You know what I'm saying? Example would be Libra, the Culture Fest. Like it's usually a good turnout. Like it's good music, it's a good time.
Yeah.
So,
and that's what it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? That's why like we got to keep doing what we are doing, because that's what she did. That's what she was doing. What the only her could do that the way she did.
Yeah. And
get us in that time period the way she did. So like we got to do that for our own shit.
Yeah, man. So, because of, I know you probably busy and sometimes you got days where you may not say this, not say that. If somebody watching us that would want to reach out to you but don't know you, they don't know you from social media, what advice could you give somebody, just in case they message you and you can't give them the right advice that day?
That, yo, I be seeing the message, but I'm like, okay, I be doing this. No, like seriously, yo, like this is.
I feel like I'm the exact same way.
This is the life of a nigga that feel like he's not working hard enough at all times. Whether it's like over here, over there, over here, over there. Like I always feel like I could be doing something. And so when I see these messages, I get a little anxiety because it might be 2 or 3 of them in there. And then if I click on one, I gotta click on the rest of them. But if I do that, what if they respond quick? And if they respond quick, then I gotta carry the conversation. But what if I'm doing something? Like it's just like a whole bunch of what ifs. So I just take my time. Like I'm gonna just take my time. But if you catch me out, I'll remember you. Like it'd be better. It's energy. Energy travels better. It's
not like you're hard to find either. By the way,
I'm not. So, I'm at Humanity every day.
Yeah, I know. I tell people like, don't message him. Just go kick it with him.
Building, just and I get that time. Everybody know I get that time. I step behind. I just be like just chilling with them. I talk with them. I do anything, like you know what I mean. And then if I be like, yo, I like that connection. I'm like, yo, let me see what I can do with this person over here or whatever. You know, create opportunities, man. It's like creating jobs. Nobody likes when a Walmart moves in sometimes because they got to knock down some stuff around it to build it or whatever the case may be. And then once they move in, you forget that the community got halfway destroyed and you go start shopping at Walmart. You know what I mean?
Well, I feel the same way. I feel like a lot of time with messages, at least, I might not answer, I don't open them though, honestly. And the reason being because sometimes I am too busy doing something else and I can't. And I don't tell anybody no. Anybody that tell you from podcast, I don't never tell them no.
Yeah.
I always say it's not the right time just because of but 90 minutes we probably talking like everybody can't do that.
Yeah.
And I already know that I can kind of feel like, okay, you're not ready for this. You think you're ready because you want to have lights on you, all that stuff, but really you're not ready.
And then don't talk about the post.
You see what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? You don't want to talk about post or even marketing. You don't want to because that's a lot of shit. So if somebody's trying to get your attention, that is literally attention off of what you're trying to do. Mm-hmm. Now, once that person gets that attention in any situation, you really got to like go after it differently. And I'm not saying that I'm that big shit to do that. Like, who the fuck am I? It's just more like I'm doing things too. And I get overwhelmed too.
Nah, facts. Definitely. That's how I want people to know that like I'm not ignoring. It's just like, bro.
And I like watching. I like observing.
I'm 100%. I watch.
Yeah.
I learn more.
You learn a lot. Like you know, it's like
you'd be amazed how much you learn being quiet. You know, and
that's
just
true.
Observing. But
you would think that I'm not quiet though.
I wouldn't think that.
You would think that.
I would never think that. I think that anything I'm saying is based on what I'm seeing on social media. But I'm a realist. I know that's not the person.
Yeah.
For a perfect example is somebody come up here and they'll talk and they say this stuff and that third, and we cut the camera off and they be totally different after the camera.
Yeah.
So what y'all even see on the podcast ain't even that person.
Yeah.
So I would be wild to believe that just because everything you post is you.
Yeah.
You could post you talking all day. You could still
not
be a talking person.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about. I got a podcast.
I'm gonna let you save me in a roundabout way on that one, but yeah. But for the most part, I do like theoreticize and I have jokes and I say cocky things, but then I also get insecure and I say, damn, I need to fucking eat better and I'm getting fat. Like I say all kinds of shit. That's my humble side.
I'm with part of that, those cocky things. And I think a lot of times, and I know it's gonna sound cliche when we say this, but I think a lot of times people often, I don't know why, but they definitely confuse confidence with cockiness.
Yeah.
And if you can't be confident with yourself and actually say things, then I don't think I want to talk to that person.
Yeah.
If everything I'm saying when you're gonna take a me being cocky, like I've been that person. Like you might talk to a girl or whatever, and they say, "Oh, you say this about," I'm like, "All right, but I won't say that no more." See, because now I'm feeling away because my confidence is making you think I'm cocky.
You're
but
stopping me from being a certain type of way.
As if I should shorten how I feel on myself.
Yeah,
or a little, and I'm not gonna do that for nobody.
And that's a big battle. The battle with if you want to be liked, but I honestly I just want everybody to be successful.
Yeah, and one thing, like I said, I know we talked about earlier, but when I brought this stuff up, these are things I'm thinking about off conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like, me and you've had maybe 4 or 5 conversations. It's not like we had a whole bunch. Yeah. So I can't even give you a real. But when I hear these things, a lot of times anybody tell you, I'll be like, I don't think so, because that's not the person I met. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, everybody gonna get a different version of somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
I guess. I mean.
So it's not like I'll be like, somebody say, oh, he's cocky. I'm like, all right. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I would say in that setting anyway. But I know it's not why. I don't care. Somebody say that about you, but I can only imagine. Okay, well maybe they're mad because he did this, he did that, or maybe mad because he's confident. You know what I'm saying?
It's all what they just. I guess we play like our own newspaper, so whatever I post is like my own headline.
And it could be one of the things where people expect a certain answer from you. You know what I'm saying? If I ask you a question and I expect the answer, and you give me the other answer, I'm like, why he give me that answer for? He must, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm giving you a label just because you ain't giving me what I wanted from you.
Yeah,
and that's not right.
I like to exceed expectations, but I don't like unrealistic expectations where it's like I gotta be a certain way every time. But also it's like really it's where you catch me in my life. I could just be doing totally. I might pour myself into like an artist I may meet. You know what I mean? And they never had a project before. And then I start working with them and I get really in depth into building an album. And I might get really in depth to that. You don't see me. It's like, of course when I start making music, I'm going to be seen more because I want people to know that there's music out. But I didn't bring my book up here because I didn't want people to think that I'm just trying to sell you something neither. No. It's just all about everybody else and it's less to do with me. That's a universal law. Like, you need people. So I'm just up here, just one of the people that just be fucking willing to talk.
Nah, I respect that.
And speak. There's a difference between the two.
Last question. You mentioned something about pouring yourself into artists and I like collabs with, I think I like every collab y'all did that I heard at least, you and AE. Is, I don't know if you can say it, but on this next project, is she gonna be on there?
What next project? I just dropped my.
No, so any project. So she's not gonna be no more projects from you. Or I haven't heard a song with y'all in a minute. Last thing I heard was Three Kings, if I'm not mistaken. That I heard at least. Cause I did. She was on last year.
Yeah. So
like, are y'all gonna do any more music going forward? Cause I actually had a place in my last phone of just songs of y'all. They hot. Like just y'all.
They hot.
I like when y'all collab. It's dope. To me.
I always felt like we should have did an album.
I mean, I'm not. What's stopping y'all now?
It's just. We're real humans and we have lives. And it's like, I'll be over here and she's over there. You know what I mean? Like,
I can understand.
Like, just like when we was talking about native sounds and Quay, that feature surprised you because they always over there.
Yeah.
But it's cool. One day you get in the same vicinity and that's what you make. You make gifts or you make an album. So, we just like, all of us is just moving. And wherever we are in that process, then we just try to like mingle there. You know what I mean? Especially if it works musically. Like I love the music. Like one of my hardest verses was on actually probably my top 2, if not number 1, but maybe top 3 verses of all time is on We Three Kings.
I like your verse.
I know that for a fact. No curse words, no none of that stuff. And just went in with some, like, but, So yeah, like it's some of the greatest music that I've made. You know what I mean?
I mean, like I said, not for nothing else. Not that you need anything like that, but like I always, like I said, anybody that tell you you're a dope artist, I'm pretty sure nobody got to tell you that. You know that you dope as an artist, as a person, as a speaker. You know what I'm saying? I never had no negative things to say about you. No negative run-ins with you. So I mean, you keep doing what you're doing. I think everything you're doing, if it don't make sense to somebody right now, it'll make sense. I know it makes sense to you, and it makes sense to me. But for the naked eye,
it'll pay off.
Definitely, that's how I feel. You put the work in,
it'll pay off.
You know, I feel like everything you put in come back out to you.
It might be for someone else.
It could be. You never know.
Now, do you want to know about the album?
Yes.
Or did you want to know about all of that?
Nah, my thing about the album is like I feel like and like I told you in the beginning, once you start talking and people get who you are, like, or even if somebody feel like for some reason I don't feel like you were, but if somebody feel like you was a cocky head, you know what they do? Let me see if he could be that cocky. So regardless of what, it leads you to music.
I guess.
That's how I always felt. We had Koala up here one time, and he was wild. You know, he was mad at Snoop. He was saying a bunch of stuff. Shout out to Koala, my guy too. But
all days.
He definitely, and he said a lot. But then people had messages like, "All right, the music was fire." You know what I'm saying? So it worked out. You know, it's all right. You know, it's all good.
Yeah. I mean, I guess still. I just gotta still guess about that. I don't, you know, I feel iffy about that in my own hometown. Like I don't, you know, it's whatever. You know, people who know me, they know like my mind is forward thinking. I'm always thinking forward, and that's who know me. Now, how it comes off, they know that's how I too. Like that's how I just look at it. But people know when I go to the crib, bro, I just be chilling, thinking about what can I do next, and how can I do this, and how can we do this, and how can artists be over here, and all of that, and how can, you know what I mean? It's just like that's my position. You know, so rap wise, like I make that shit work, and then that's why I do joints with Snoop, cause producer wise, he working with Two Guard, he working with Tay-Pac, working with Draco, like he working with all these people that people listen to. But one key common factor is Snoop. That's dope. That's hard. You know what I mean? So why can't I do songs with Tay-Pac and Draco? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And do it like that, and then they over here, like it's just like yo. Like we chilling, we vibing, yo. If the industry ain't looking at us right now, then we gotta make this shit look good if we gonna pick up a microphone at the age of however.
Yeah.
If we gonna do it.
Nah, I appreciate everything you're saying, man.
Yeah.
Nah, I think that everything you mapping out in your head and everything you saying, I can see it. You know what I'm saying? So if you was up here just spitting some BS, then that'd be different. Yeah. But I think this is a dope conversation. It's always skeptical sometimes when you talk with musicians. I'm gonna say musician, right? Just because you never know what their intentions is when they come up here, you know. And I think that you having pure intentions of just speaking and being yourself.
I'm an intellectual architect.
It's the best thing to do, man.
On my card, it says intellectual architect. It doesn't. I think
this
I got
guy's
artists.
Amazing, bro.
No, like seriously, like everybody will tell you, like I'm always thinking. You know what I mean? Like I'm always thinking. And it's like, yo, what if we do this? What if we do that? I'm a what if we do type of dude. And it's like, if one catch, you know, I map that out too. Yeah. Like, you know, we can go. So it's like, that's me through and through.
Well, don't change.
No,
but grow.
I have to grow, bro. If that means change, then that means change.
Hey, man. Dark mode.
Yeah, dark mode and light mode though, bro. I just wore the dark mode joint because I ain't got the light mode hoodie right now. That's the only reason why, you know, I wore the dark mode joint. But
ain't nothing wrong with that, man. You can't wear both, right?
Nah, you can't. It's duality of man. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
You know? See, we didn't talk about the album. We talked about if y'all like me or not.
And also, I know you're doing a press run, so like I said, I wanted to get something. My thing is always to be unique. I want to get my own thing. I want this to be able to be watched whenever. So a year from now, dark mode might not be your thing no more. But everything we talked about might be your thing.
Light mode too, man.
Light mode not be your thing no more.
Duality, man. Now I'm trying.
Just like
I might do a rock album next. To be real honest with you.
You see, and that's why you talk about the self, not the music. The music is changed. It changes over time.
Yeah, I ain't even think about that shit.
So
man.
Trust me, I got this, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do mine. I'm gonna let you do your job. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna know each other forever, though. Bro.
I know that, yeah.
But I ain't gonna be always like, check out this album. Like,
I got you definitely. But you the type of artist that could come on and talk just to talk. Not everybody can do that.
Yeah, then I won't be an artist anymore. You know what you have to call me? What would you have to call me?
I'm gonna call you artist.
No.
A podcaster?
Nah, intellectual.
No, I'm not gonna call you that. I'm not calling you that. I ain't calling you that right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm about to call you Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, nah, it's cool. Rating.
Nah, but it was dope talking to you, man.
Yeah, man, for sure, dog.
We won't wait. We won't wait 4 years. 4 years? About 4 years.
4 more years?
No, we ain't gonna wait 4 years.
That'd be kind of cool, unless I got something like big going on. If I got something big, you gotta come through.
Nah, definitely.
But if we just doing this, music related, all of that kind of shit, we're gonna wait.
Definitely, man.
How about that?
Timing is everything, man.
Yeah. That means I can go any other day just as long as I ain't dropping an album. That's all that
All
means.
right, Morning Masters Podcast, your host, man, maybe out, man. This was dope, man. Shout out to Truez, man.
You don't sound enthused. Yeah. All right, bro. That was great. With the rating hat on. That is going to be so cool.